Hello, everyone. Welcome to the class for today. Sorry, we're a little behind time. We've been trying to set up here, ensure everything is working fine. So, without wasting much time, let's just dive right into what we have for today. All right, can you hear me? If you can hear me, just put yes in the chat so that we'll know this is working fine. Okay. Share my screen. Welcome. If you are joining us for the first time, we welcome you here. And ensure to like and subscribe to the channel. Okay. Window. Okay. I'm sharing the screen now. Can you see the screen? Let me know if you can see. You can see well. Let's go back to YouTube. Okay, you can see. I can see yes in the comments. So, okay, let's do a second here. Okay, let's start over. Share my screen again. Okay, I think it's showing now. So let's put it here. So how do you find the next 100x coins? There's a huge possibility a coin or a token over here can actually do 100x. That's unbelievable, but it's true. 100. We've seen coins that will go from 10x just in 1 year, 10x in 2 years, or in 4 years, 5 years, 100x. That's mind blowing. We've actually seen those that will do within a short period of time. And we've seen, even 1000x. 1000x. Yes, we've seen that one. Crazy. So yeah, we're going to look at how to find the next 100x coins. That means $100. Let's, for instance, you take $100, or you take $1, you invest $1, or you buy a coin, then it turns into $100, or $100 turns into $10,000. That's 100x. So I remember, this is not financial advice by any means. Not financial advice. I'm sharing my opinions. I'm sharing my understanding of the charts and understanding of the crypto space. So it's not a financial advice. Thank you. So how do you find this? You have to look at smart money. If you want to get the coins that will give you say 100x or 10x, can you start with a 10x? From 10x you can do 100x. You have to look at smart money. And smart money, who is smart money? That's the institution. Institution is smart money. And so you look at their behavior, look at what they buy, what are they doing. So that will inform your own decision, right? Because you are looking at smart money and their approach to the market. And don't be dumb money. Every other person that buys at the top of the market is referred to as dumb money. It doesn't mean you are dumb. It means you don't understand the market. It means you don't understand what's going on. And if you ever bought anything on the news, or from the coffee shop, overheard someone on the coffee shop talking about it, and then you go and buy it, then you are dumb money, because you are buying something that is already on the news, or it has taken off already. You are late. You are too late. So by the time you scramble to get in, then dumb money will be exiting. So that's when they are leaving, and They're living with your own money. You don't want to be like that. So you want to know what they're doing. You want to understand uh, what they are buying, or if they are not buying anything, what's going on. That will inform your decision. Now look at, there are some of the okay, my screen is here. Okay. So what are some of the tools that you can use to see what smart money is doing at this time? Especially when it comes to uh, altcoins. We're looking at altcoins. Are we doing some analysis on altcoins today? Probably two or three altcoins to see how they are doing and their potential for the next 100x. So we have the arbitrage scanner. So that's one arbitrage scanner, and this one, that's the real-time tracking tool, both centralized and decentralized exchanges. You can track both. If you've not seen our previous video on the exchanges, what is centralized and what is decentralized, please, I advise you go watch that video so you have good understanding of what a centralized and decentralized exchange is. So they do real-time tracking and cross-exchange arbitrage. They are also, one of the things you see here is high frequency data, the spread analysis, and of course the profit calculator. And another information here is that there are price triggers or alerts. You can set alerts if you want. Best fit users, active trader. This is good for active traders, right? Or market makers or developers. So they're the ones that be using arbitrage scanner. And we have Arkham Intelligence. This is also very good. They do also in-depth historical analysis, wallet profiling. You see who is buying what, and with anything on the blockchain, you don't need the wallet address. And with the address, you can track, okay, this person has been weeks now or for months now. I mean, some. So what's going on? And we have the way alert. So a signal transactions occur. In a huge way transaction, we're talking about millions of dollars, exchanging wallets, moving from one wallet to the other, or if a wallet is buying a particular coin, they're buying XRP, what do you call it, BNB, and they've been buying like consistent movement. You can see a history. Every week they are buying 10 million of XRP or of Litecoin, something like that, consistently. You say, okay, there's huge accumulation going on. That means prepare for a massive pump in the market. Prepare for a massive. Well, okay. So let's go. Let's look for way alert. So I want to show you how it works. So way alert. Way alert. Okay. Way alert. Sharing screen. Try to share my screen so that I will show you this one. This video. Okay. So I'm sharing the new screen now. Let's see. We are okay. Okay, can you see? So this is way alert, and it sends triggers or alerts when there's huge movement in the market. For instance, you can see 10 minutes ago, just 10 minutes ago, $70 million transferred from Gemini to an unknown wallet. 39 minutes ago, another 70 million transferred, and 4 hours ago, $115 million transferred. Now, if you dig deeper, We're going to click on this. We dig deeper. So you can see this is the sender and this is the receiver, right? Sender and receiver. If you track these two wallets, and you can see that they've been doing this for some time now, for over a week or 2 weeks, and they are buying one particular coin, then you know that something is about to happen. So that means you can also copy that action and do likewise. So that's one way to go about it. Uh, just match what they are doing. So if they are buying something, then most likely you buy the same thing, right? You can see 22 hours ago, that was yesterday, 373 million dollars transferred from an unknown wallet to an unknown wallet. And another $374 million transferred here to unknowns. So this gives a lot of what is going on and what they are buying. Another thing we're going to look at is that the smart money, they don't buy anything at the top. Never. Almost never. It's only the retail that will buy at the top because they FOMO. They don't do their research. They're waiting for people to tell them what to do. They're waiting for signals from social media. Their lack of preparation, you know, lack of understanding of the market, and then they just jump in there, and of course they donate. They end up donating their money to the market, and you don't want to be like that. You want to be like smart money. Smart money doesn't follow the hype. They don't follow hype. Anything that people are talking about or shouting about it, yeah, it's a trend. It's everywhere. They don't follow hype. They do their research. They are consistent, and there are key indicators they are looking for, and we're going to look at some altcoins so that we look at those indicators. Okay, end stream. No. Okay, no. Sorry, not end. We'll share. Go back to our presentation. Okay, so here we are. Back on the presentation. So some of these tools, you can use them. You can use a way alert. You can use arbitrage scanner or account intelligence. You can use that. Now, what else? Blockchain.com. It's also open. You can see which wallet is doing what on blockchain.com. Another indicator is the coins days destroyed. Coins days destroyed. And what is the coin day? The day that the coin sits in the wallet without any transaction. So if the coin just sits in the wallet without any transaction, then that's a coin day, right? The moment it begins to move, then it sends a signal that you you should also be watchful because there's a movement behind the scenes. So for instance, you have some money sitting in your account or money in your wallet and you're not using it, it means you're pretty comfortable, right? You're not touching it. It's just in savings somewhere there. Same thing with the coins. If I buy any coin and it's just sitting in my wallet, then it means I'm at rest. I'm not moving things here and there, irrespective of what the market is doing. But if the coin moves, sometime when we see an on-chain data that coin has been transferred from a wallet to an exchange, then it will send a bearish signal. Most likely they are about to sell. So when you see a huge movement, if you go on way a lot and you say, oh, $100 million of Ethereum or XRP or Solana has been sent to Binance or sent to Coinbase, okay, that doesn't look good. 500 million of Dogecoin sent to Binance, okay, something is not good. But when it is moved away from the exchange to the wallet, that the storage, then that is good. That's a good sign. So look at the coin days destroyed. And also another indicator is the network value of transaction ratio. Network value to transaction ratio, the NVT, network value to transaction ratio. And that's just the ratio of the network value to transaction volume, indicating the valuation trends. And it may suggest overvaluation or undervaluation. So if you have a low NVT, then you know that that asset, that coin is undervalued. And that's how smart money works. Smart money is looking for coins and tokens that are undervalued. So if it's, they say, oh, this one is on sale, it's like a steal. You know, you are getting this for so cheap, and you know that it has. So the MVT, something to look out for. Another one is the net unrealized profit and loss. The net profit and loss. So if you have a huge amount of unrealized profit, the net value, and it's positive, then you know that most likely it will stand at the top of the market. So most likely time for you to run, times for you to sell your bag at that moment. But if the net value is unrealized profit and loss is very low, very small, then most likely time to accumulate because the market is in capitulation, right? That means there's a huge dump. People are scared. They're selling their bags. They are selling their positions. They are running them, and that's the time smart money will start buying, accumulating when you are fearful. There's a quote attributed to Buffett that you should be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful when it comes to market. Why? Because when there's a big red candle or a red day, everybody is scared. They're selling their position for cheap. Something that they bought at say 100, they will be selling at $20, and they will selling at $5. And you know that, oh wait, you bought this at 100 and you're selling at 5 or at 20. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy 5. I'm going to buy 10 of it. That's what smart money. That's smart money move right there. So they look for the capitulations. That's when they buy. When there's an extreme fear, that's when they start accumulating. And you do the opposite. When there's extreme fear, then you run away. You you are scared. You panic. But that's that's where the education is good. You have good understanding so that when other people are scared, then you start accumulating. Okay, so yeah, that's the net unrealized profit and loss. Another thing to look out for is the market capitalization and the realized market cap. So the market cap is just the product of the circulating supply and the price. So that gives you a good picture of the market cap. And market cap is very, very important because that uh, will present the total valuation of that particular token or that particular asset or a particular coin. So you can see it by just looking at the market cap. You can say, okay, this is good. I see that um, there's huge potential here. And the coins, they are broken down. So we have the ones that are in the low cap coins, low cap below $1 billion. So if you see a coin that's below $1 billion, then okay, that's low cap. And that's something good to buy if you are, if you're a beginner or you want to be like smart money, because smart money is looking at undervalued assets that are undervalued. And where do you find them? In the low caps below $1 billion. So they are undervalued. And I'm going to share screen here so that I can show you coin market cap. Probably I'll just finish this, then I will come back. So I'll share that later on. So when you look at the market cap is below $1 billion, then there's a huge potential. Like right now, Bitcoin is more than $1 trillion. Let me say that again. The market cap of Bitcoin alone is more than $1 trillion. So if you are able to buy a coin that has $1 billion, $1 billion as a market cap, if by chance and that coin is able to, perform very well in the market, before it gets to the capitalization or the value of Bitcoin, that's going to be 1,000x. So that's huge, 1,000x. So that means if you buy the coin, the unit worth $1,000 today, by the time it gets to the value market capitalization of Bitcoin, it has done another 1,000. That's $1 million. Okay, let that sink in for a moment. So $1,000 turned into $1 million. Okay, so market cap very important. Next up, we have, like I mentioned earlier, the on-chain wave signal summary. So you're looking for the key wave movements. What are they buying? When are they buying it? So you want to buy what they are buying. They are using trends. I told you before, if you see a strong bullish trend, it means the market is going up. There's a strong rally. But you see a bearish trend, then there's going to be price dump. So we're going to look at some of the altcoins today. I hope you know the difference between the altcoin and Bitcoin. If you've not seen our video on altcoin versus is it altcoin versus Bitcoin or Bitcoin versus altcoin, so go check it out. Probably in the description, you're going to see that video or our shorts on altcoin. You can watch that as well. Okay, so today we're going to look at a few coins that has huge potential of an 100x or let's start with 10x. Start with 10x and it can even go all the way to 100x. So one is ICP. So let's start there. Let's start with ICP. So what is ICP? Internet computer. Internet computer. So we go, it's a layer one protocol. So what is layer one? They have their own blockchain. So they are native to their blockchain. And if you've not seen Bitcoin versus blockchain video, go watch it so that you understand better. Coins versus token video, you can watch that. We explain layer one, layer two, what is a token, a digital asset that is built on top of a blockchain, and sometimes they are used on layer two. So but this is layer one. So internet computer, layer one. So what are the analysis we're going to do today? We're going to look at the all-time high, all-time low, give an overview, look at the developer activity, on-chain signals, and the pump risk assessment. Very important. Pump risk assessment. So let's go over here to, let's go to CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap is owned by Binance. Then they were acquired by Binance in 2021 or so. So let's go. I'm going to share another screen so that we go. We alerts. Cancel. Okay, just give me a second here. Okay. So are you people familiar with CoinMarketCap? If you are familiar with it, just put in the chat here so that we see. Okay, so can you see? So I'm on CoinMarketCap right now, and we'll be looking for the internet computer. So you can search here directly, ICP, just put ICP here. it'll come up internet computer. Or another way to search is you just scroll down here until you get to internet computer. So on coin, you can see it here, number 43. You click any way that works for you. Either you search or you just scroll down. Okay, it's loading. It's very slow. Okay, can you see this information over here? So this is the market cap I was talking about earlier. The market capitalization, it shows $1.75 billion. $1.75 billion. That's huge. It's a little bit of a mid cap, or a little bit over $1 billion. Circulating supply, you can see that here, total supply. Now, if you want to go on their website, click here. You click here. You'll just go back one step. You click here, the dashboard. We show you the activity, what has been going on. So you can see their cycle burn rates. And over here, you see how many, you see the burning mechanism. And you know what a burn is, what burning means. Anyone know what burning means? You can put it in the chat, let us know. So burning is just a way of reducing number of tokens that are already in circulation. So if I have 1,000 tokens in circulation, I want to reduce that token, deflation. So what do? I remove some and I put them in untraceable wallets, a wallet that doesn't have private keys, then it's gone forever. So I reduce it in circulation, and that's called burning. So it's sent to a burn address. So ICP, they are reducing the number of tokens in circulation. You can see here their burn rates, what's going on. So why am I showing you this? It shows that there's activity going on about this token, about this coin, right? Internet computer. So if you don't find any information, it's just probably one or two things, there's not enough information on the coin that you're researching, then that's not a good sign. But if you can find lots of information, you can see the team activity, team development, then that's very good. That's very good. Okay, so let's see. And so that's ICP. Let's go over here. Okay. So we've seen the on-chain signals, and so now let's look at the risk assessment. So go back here. Let's go back here, the risk assessment. So we're going to look at the graph, and we're going to go all. So you can see that it took a massive down from the release in 2021 from almost $400 or a little above $400. And now you can see a flat line. When you see a flat line like this, it means a bear market. It's been in a multi-year bear market. You can see multi-year from 2022. The price has been within like $5, fluctuating between $5 and $20 or so. And now look at the price. It's $3.2. $3.2. So what is that telling you? Something that was $400, but now it's selling at $3.2. So that's an undervalued asset right here. So when you see something like this, you know that it's an undervalued asset. And not just anything, right? Because you can see some things as well. You say, oh, it was $100, now it's $1. Is that undervalued asset? No, we have to look at, there are other indicators that we look at, before you can come to that conclusion. And remember what I mentioned on the previous video, you can't make a decision with one data point. That will be an error. You must look for a confluence. That means an agreement between two or three data points, two or three data sets. So if you're looking at the market cap, the price, you're also looking at the team activity. What are they doing? Developers activity. What's going on? Is there something coming to the market? Are they working on an upgrade, an improvement? So those are things that you look at, and that will help in decision making. And remember, this is not financial advice. Okay, so ICP, yeah, we've seen that movement going on. We've seen the price. If you come over here so if you look at here, this is the trading view chart. So let's go on the weekly chart. So you can see it's a flat line. That's not bad. You know, a flat line for how many years? Since 2021, it's been a flat line. So we're looking at almost 5 years now. You know, so it shows accumulation or consolidation. Something is going on here. Accumulation or consolidation. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see? And we are at where? From almost $500. So 400 or so, 460, and now at $300. So if the price were to go back, let's, for instance, hypothetical scenario, right? It was to go back to say $300 somewhere here, $320, $330 from $3, from $3.20. If we were to go back to $320, guess how much is that? Anyone know? How many X? That's 100X. So that's how you find undervalued asset. You're like, okay, what was it before? Does it have the potential of going back there? So this is a good one to look at. From 450 or so, almost $500. Nice, already at 3.2. So by the time it comes back to reclaim the previous high, which is about 460 or so, then it has done more than 100X. So that's how the smart money works. You see, now nobody's talking about this. Nobody is paying attention. Perhaps you didn't even know there was something called ICP because nobody talks about it. Smart money at that time when nobody's talking about it, smart money is accumulating. They are buying it up. They are stacking their bags. By the time you begin to hear about it on the news, it's too late for you because by then the price will be at $300 or probably at $400 again. And that's when you rush in. So I want to buy. Where can I buy this? Where can I buy it? And there's huge traffic, you know. But all those are retail people because smart money is buying when no one is talking about it. They're buying in silence, silent accumulation. So you want to be like smart money. You want to follow the trail and copy what they are doing and make your own decision. This is my own playbook. So you make your own decision. This is my own playbook. Now, another coin we're going to look at today. So let's go back. Yeah, so this one, ICP, very huge potential. Even getting back to the upside, reclaiming this this value here at 450. And you know what? I'm going to give you a bonus point because you've been watching now for some time. So know this. Almost every time there's a retest of the top or of the previous high, there's a high probability that it's going to break it. Almost every time that there's a retest of the previous high, there's a high probability that it is going to break it, especially when you've had a multi-year bear market like this. There's a multi-year bear market from 2021 to 2021 or 2022, about 3-4 years bear market. That means something has been cooking now for 3-4 years. So be ready. And do we have data to back that up? Like what I just told you now, do I have any data to back it up? Yes, I do. So let's look at XRP. Look at XRP here. And I'll show you the same pattern. The same pattern. So let's go here. XRP, can you see? So In 2021, there was a high of 1.8. Take notes. A high of 1.8 thereabout, somewhere here. You can see. Okay, let me put a line over here. To draw a line. Okay, here. So can you see the line? They use a different color so you can see clearly. Settings. Change the color to white. Okay. Okay, so you can see this line. Now, from 2022 to 2024, there was 2 years of accumulation. Can you see here? Another line here. Let's draw another line here. Can you see this line? So you have 2 years of accumulation. And remember what I told you, smart money is buying during this time when it's silent. You have the flat line. That's the silent accumulation. That's when they are buying. That's when they're accumulating. And what usually happens is that it snaps because, of course, they've been accumulating for years, for a long time, 2 years, 3 years. And look at it. Look at this. All of a sudden, in 2024, when it starts to pump, then it has to retest the previous high, which was about 1.2 or 1.4. And remember what I told you. Every time when there has been a long period of accumulation, when it retests the previous high, it is going to break it because it will have huge momentum at that time to break it. So can you see that on the chart? So it went way above 1.8, which was that previous high, broke it, went all the way to $3.5. So almost double that top. So are we saying something similar is going to happen for ICP? I don't know, but I'm just giving you a data point. Okay. Oh, that's XRP. Do we have another example? Can you give me another example of something similar happening before? So another example. Let's look at meme coin Pepe. Look at meme coin Pepe. Look at meme coin Pepe. So we have the weekly chart here. Weekly charts. So can you see in what year is this? 2023. 2023, yeah, Pepe was about 0.004. This times 1,000. So it's a lot of zeros here. 0.000004. And the price was, yeah, around that point. Then it went into that period of accumulation for like almost a year of accumulation. Almost a year, 1 year of accumulation. This is a meme coin. So meme coin, they pump like crazy. So it's another example. Now, what happens when it started after the accumulation and it started pumping? It broke above that previous high. Yeah, you can see it went all the way to even 0.026. This is times 1,000 though, and now trading back somewhere close to the previous price. So you can see that almost every time, or we say 2 out of 3 times when it retests the previous high, it's going to break it. So that's why as smart money, you start accumulating when you have that bear market, the long bear market, when nobody's talking about it, when there's silence, then you start accumulating. So yeah. So don't be surprised that you see something like this. I don't know if it's this year, I don't know, or next year. Now look at that. So imagine seeing something like this, and then that's when people will be saying, oh, I should have bought at this price point. Oh, I should have done this. I should have done that, because you were not being like smart money. You were waiting for the pump. Don't wait for the pump. You wait for the pump, it's too late. So smart money gets in before the pump. It's you that you buy the pump, and that's why you complain every time. Oh, I keep donating money to the market, because you don't know what you're doing. You are buying the pump. Okay, let's look at another example. Let's come back to our chart here. So we've seen internet computer, strong team. There's a almost 98% drawdown from the previous high to the current price point. So that means there's a huge chance that can easily do a 10x, even 100x in the near future. Now look at Filecoin, Fire. So decentralized storage, powering the Web3. And I hope you know what Web3 is. Go watch our previous video if you don't understand Web3. That will help you. So you know the difference between Web1, Web2, and Web3. So decentralization, that's just the core idea about Web3, blockchain technology, decentralization, no central control, no central authority. So talking about file sharing, Filecoin, that's what it's being used for. Dominant protocol for data storage, and the same thing. Look, if you go back to, let's go to coin market cap, look for Filecoin. So Fi is going to be the same, close to ICP. Okay, so okay, it's over here, down here, 66. So down here, 66. Again, you're looking at what's the market capitalization. Market capitalization. It's about, look at this. It's low cap. It's below $1 billion. And those are the coins that you're looking at for. Something that's below $1 billion, huge potential, huge potential. Remember, I told you, Bitcoin is more than $1 trillion. If something goes from 1 billion to 1 trillion, that's 1,000 of that value. So, and this is 900 million, 916 million. So almost, let's just say $1 billion, So it has there's huge room for growth here. I know a lot of people on the news, what they know is Bitcoin, Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that, Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that. Leave Bitcoin alone. Leave it alone, because look for you have to look for the coins that have that huge room for growth, huge potential, because that's what smart money, that's the smart money move, right? Okay, so that's internet computer, Filecoin. So Filecoin is the same thing. They look at all time. So it went all the way from about 150 bucks, yeah. Now it's at 1.2, from 150, now it's at 1.2. Look at that. And it's been in a multi-year bear market from 2022. So when you see that multi-year bear market, then you know that something is going on. And the value is still within that, $1 billion. Yeah, 916 million. So it's still in our range. If you go here, let's search for Filecoin on Binance charts. So see, you click on Filecoin. So here, so can you see that? Even this is on the futures chart anyway. So this is not. So of course, the future movement is different from spot. If you don't know difference between the futures and spot, then watch our other video. Spot grid. So let's go to spot grid so that you see a more balanced price. Spot grid. Okay. So trading view spot. Then over here we just search for FAR. Okay, FAR USD. Then we go on the weekly. If you don't understand the time frames, the difference between the daily, the weekly, the 15 minutes, just watch our previous video. So yeah, look at this. So it went all the way from 200 bucks, and now we are trading at 1.2 bucks. So and it's been in the bear market for 3 years or almost 4 years, from July of 2022. Look at that. It's in that multi-year bear market. So again, what is going to happen if there is, if we enter into the altcoin season, is that this will probably pick up steam and it will retest this value here because that's a previous high somewhere here, previous high. But what is going to happen is that it will break that high, come back to retest, and then continue the journey. So that's a textbook chart pattern. Okay. So, okay, no, delete that. So that's for Filecoin. So what do we know about Filecoin? There's huge potential, you know, for growth here. Another one is the, what's this? Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity. Why am I bringing all these coins that they are probably you've not heard about them? It's because that's where the value is. You know, you find the good value asset in the ones that are not even making the news. They don't make the news. So it was gaming token, build on play to end focus. Let's look at the team and the past performance. Past performance. Okay. So go back to minus. Okay. So Axie Infinity, we're going to search for that. Axie Infinity XS. So again, look at it. The peak was $160. That was the peak, $160. But now the price is currently at $2. At $2. $160, $2. 10x of $2 is what? 20. 100x of $2 is what? $200. So that's where, that's the potential. The potential. You're looking at the potential. Let's see. So from here, again, it will retest this high in the altcoin season. It's going to retest that high. And is there a guarantee that it must come to the high? There are no guarantees. I'm just describing textbook chart pattern. What happens when a coin breaks out of an accumulation zone for a long time like this? You know. So what normally happens is that it will retest that high, most likely break that high. Let's go back. Yeah. Most likely break it, retest, and then zoom, you know. So, but of course, we don't have a crystal ball, so we don't know if it's going to actually do that, but that's a scenario that's going to play out. Now, let me give you a very good example. You know, the adage, they said, he that is down needs to fear no fall. Like when you are down on the floor, so you don't fear any fall. Yes, it's already down. You know, it's already, thank God, 60, and now it's at $2. So, but now you are buying at $2. So, yes, I can see, yeah, in the chat, past performance does not guarantee future result, but it can help reveal trends and patterns over time. Yeah, thank you, Regis Park. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's so true. So it's not a prediction, no guarantee that it's going to behave in the same way in the future, but of course, but it can reveal that trend and the pattern. You can see that it's kind of an if then statement, right? So if it pumps, you know, something like this will happen. Okay, so that's Filecoin. So you can see that all the coins that we've looked at today, they've been in like multi-year bear market. We look at ICP, this is Axie Infinity. We look at Filecoin and now Axie Infinity. So all of them, they've been accumulating for years, and that means most likely there could be a pump sometime soon. if we go into the altcoin season. So again, let's look at another one. Arbitrum. Arbitrum. Yeah, Arbitrum is layer 2. So the ones we've been looking at, I think they've been layer 1. Yeah. But this one is layer 2. That means go back. Arbitrum. Yeah. That means it's built on top of another blockchain. So it doesn't have its own blockchain, it's built on a blockchain. That's why it's layer 2. Theme overview, utility highlights, price trends, and pump potential. So let's look at Arbitrum. Let's go. So you go to coin market cap again. No, go to coin market cap. Okay. So go to coin market cap, Arbitrum, ARB. Okay, Arbitrum. So we can see it here. It's loading. I can see that the market cap is a little bit below $1 billion. That's a low cap coin, low cap. Yeah, because low cap is 1 billion and below. Mid cap between $2 to $10 billion, and anything above 10 billion, it's already high cap. The cap we're talking about here is a market capitalization, market cap. So can you see here? So Arbitrum is 93% drop from all-time high. Look, 93% drop. And does it have a huge potential of getting back up there? Those are things that you're going to look out for. Is there activity going on with the team? Where are the developers? Have they abandoned the project? Are they still working on something? Are they working? Is there a release that is coming out very soon? Those are the things that you're going to look out for smart, as a smart money move. So, $963 billion. That's good. If you go, let's look at the chart. You can come back here on Binance again. Look for Arbitrum. Look at this. No, delete. So there was a high here in 2023, and high here. What happens? Retested that high and broke above that high. Of course, there was not much demand. So after breaking the high, then it broke back down. Yeah, that's one of the things that you should look out for. The moment it breaks back down below the previous all-time high, then it's a clear signal that it's on a downward trend. There's a reversal taking place. So when you see a reversal, of course, you know what to do. You can make a decision because you see that the trend is changing. There's a change here. What do I do? You make a decision. So, but every time it holds above the previous high, for instance, it was like this and holds, and then it will now go. But if it breaks below that previous high, then that's what we are seeing here. Yeah. So this is what is just textbook chart pattern. Okay, let's look at next up. So that's Arbitrum. It has huge potential as well. Let's see. What was the price at the top? What was the price? So it was 2.3 bucks. 2.3 bucks. And now it's 1.6 or 1.65 bucks. So it's going to do at least 10x, minimum 10x, because 10x from here is going to be 1.6 bucks, and then another 10x is going to be 16.5. That's 100x, 16.5. But at least 10x from here, you get to 1.6 somewhere here. So you're looking at something like this. That's 10x, 1.6. And guess what? 1.6 corresponds to the previous high over here. Interesting. Okay. Okay. What else do we have? What else do we have? Let's see. What else do I have here? I have Arbitrum. We've done that. Then lastly, we look at Pi. Pi. So Pi network. Pi network. People have been, there's a lot of, people talking about this, that it's going to be used as the it's coin for Telegram, or because it was launched on Tone, right? The Telegram coin. So go here, look for Pi. Let's look for Pi here. Pi network. So Pi network. We see the price 0.17, 0.17, just 17 cents. But the market cap, which is our focus, remember, I told you earlier, don't focus on the price. Look at the market cap. That's where you have the real value. Someone is asking, can you give a call for a buy position now? No, I don't give no calls. You make your own decision. We provide the education, you make your decision. So you can see here, the market cap is $1.43 billion. Now let's go to Binance to see what the peak was. What was the peak? So what was the previous high? So Pi. Do we have Pi or Binance? Maybe there's no Pi here. Pi network? No. Okay, there's no Pi here. So let's analyze it on here. So let's use trading view. Then we go weekly. So can you see? So the high was almost $3. Almost $3. That was high. Almost $3. And now it has 17 cents. 17 cents. So before it gets back, maybe in the next altcoin season, it will now start coming back up. And by the time it gets back to $3 from 17 cents, that's more than, is it 15x also? Because $1.7 is going to be 10x. And then another 10x is going to be 3.4 or 3.5. So yeah, you are looking at more than 15x before it reclaims the previous high. So I actually knew someone that bought here at $3. Now, never buy anything at the top. Never buy anything that is at the top. It's a huge mistake. If everybody's buying it, be careful. If you hear about it on the news, on social media, it's everywhere, on TikTok, everywhere on Facebook, everywhere, popping up here and there in your face, then be careful, because that means someone is promoting it. I don't have any skin in this game, so that means I'm not promoting any of this. If you buy Pi, I don't care. If you don't buy, I don't care. So I'm not pushing it that, oh, come and buy. No. But if what am I saying? Never buy anything that is being pushed, because that means someone is actually pushing it out there to sell. So I know a lot of people. There are people that bought here at $3. Someone even bought here at $2. Yeah, at $2. Someone bought at $2. And look at where the price is right now, 17 cents. Now, what some people do when they meet the opportunity to track or copy what smart money is doing, then they just wait. They wait, patience, because the market rewards patience. So they wait and they say, okay, look at here, 43 cents. So they wait. They wait here and they buy. So okay, it's 43 cents. I'll buy. What happens from 43 cents? all the way to 1.56 from 43 cents. You see? Then they sell. Say, okay, it's almost here close to the previous high over here. They sell. And then they go back again. Now, this zone here, this zone, you can see, if you were not in our previous class, you can go back to that video to watch. Okay, delete, not this one. Let's look for a one that can give us a zone, long position. Feed. Okay, extend, ray, info line, extended. So here we can do a sell here, sell order. So you can put a sell order here. Why? Why are you putting a sell order here? Because this zone is the supply zone. It's a supply zone. And a supply zone is a resistance. So when you see something like this, you know that definitely, or well, not definitely, but most likely there's going to be a huge dump because it's going to a supply zone. Now, on the flip side, when it comes back to a demand zone, then there's going to be a huge pump because it will suck up liquidity, and then there's a huge demand, so that will push up the price and will start pumping. Liquidity just means the amount of money that's in the market. Okay, so that's that. So pi, yeah. So there's huge potential here for pi. Can you give a call for a buy? Okay, we've said that we don't give calls. Do you have to pay for additional consultation? The material share has been great. Oh yes, of course. We are putting our team together so that we have our own private Discord or a private channel or private WhatsApp, whatever that is. But we are not there yet, so we're going to have that with time. Yeah, so this is pi. So I think we can stop here for today. Just to give you a quick recap, we've looked at way activity, on-chain metrics, on-chain data. We've examined some altcoins to see what's going on, their past performance, team or developers activity, and the potential for 100x. Now, why is it that you see today we didn't even look at Bitcoin, we didn't look at Ethereum, we didn't look at Solana? Because that's where the herd, that's what the herd is focusing on. The herd means every other person that's not smart money, regular retail. Because retail focus on what has already pumped. And Bitcoin is already almost $2 trillion. So at best, in the short time, of course, we don't know the long term potential, but at best in the short term, Bitcoin is going to be, let's go back here so that you have a good picture of what I'm saying. Let's go to CoinMarketCap. So, but smart money is focusing on what is yet to pump, the coins that are yet to pump. But retail, they FOMO, they follow the hype and they focus on what has already pumped. And you can't do very well like that because you'll be making mistakes here and there. Look, Bitcoin is almost $2 trillion. It's 1.7 trillion. And the price of Bitcoin is where? 86,000. Let's just say 90,000, right? At 2 trillion. At best, in the short time, Bitcoin is going to do 2x at best. That means from 90,000 to 180,000 or to even $200,000 for one Bitcoin. That's just 2x. But we are giving you coins that have huge potential, not 2x, 10x, 100x. That's what you should be looking at for. Leave the things that are already pumping or they've done very well. Of course, we know in the long term, Bitcoin will still do well, right? But we're talking about where do you have more value? Look at undervalued asset, undervalued tokens. That's how smart money moves. They look for undervalued asset, not what has already pumped. That's too late. So yeah, all these big guys, we didn't look at them today because we don't want to focus on them. They are doing well, right? They are doing very well. Look at their market cap: 1.7 trillion, 300 billion, 186 billion. And all the things that we look at today, you see that they were below 1 billion or even some about 2 billion. Before you move from 1 billion to 100 billion, that's 100x. Those are the things that you should be looking for, And of course, is it going to happen tomorrow? No. Is it going to happen in 2 years? I don't know. But what I'm saying is look for where there's huge potential. Huge potential. So even if it's 5 years or even it's 10 years and you can 100x, I think that's still very good. When was the last time you did 100x with the bank? After 10 years or even after 20 years, you did 100x. If you've done that before, put it in the chat, let me know. But I've not seen it before. But we're talking about something with a huge potential here, that can 100x. So yeah, look for those high value, undervalue coins and tokens that are still below, I would say below 1 billion or between 1 billion and 10 billion. The mid caps, they have huge room for growth. Okay. Any other question? No other question in the charts. I think we can end here for today. We are already more than an hour. If you have any question, just put it in the chat or put it in the comment section. We can always attend to it in the next live stream, or I can even reply to it right away in the comment section. We're going to be here again on Sunday. So same time, 3:30 p.m. We're looking at changing the live stream from Sunday to Saturday. Well, so we don't know if Saturday is going to work better or Sunday is still good. So let us know what you think. If you think we should move to Saturday, same time, or Saturday earlier, maybe around 2 p.m. Saturday or 1 p.m., let us know. 3:30 p.m. on Sunday. If that is still working, also let us know. Thank you so much. God bless you. I hope you make a smart decision and don't FOMO. Don't follow the hype. Don't be in a rush. Let me quickly do this. No. Take your time, do your own research, and then make a smart decision. And remember, this is not a financial advice. Thank you for joining us today, and we see you again on Sunday. Or if I have time in the week, I don't know, maybe Wednesday, but I'm not sure. But Sunday, yeah. Ensure to subscribe. If you've not subscribed, ensure to do so, like, comment, and to share this video. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your week.